Alright, today is Tuesday. I'm way behind on video, so you may not get to see this exactly today. But I wanted to share with you the mail that came in. And I'm going to have a little bit of restructuring of this channel eventually. So I mentioned that in one of the previous videos. I'm going to be going a different direction. Card show had to be done, and cards had to be gotten. This one here is an autograph request from Eustis, Florida, I believe. And then the other one is from High-Low Auctions. I bought from them many, many times. I guess we'll start off with the autograph request because that's what most people are here for. The patch collection, I made a video of that, I think 3 years ago maybe. 2 or 3 years ago. It's only got something ridiculous like 19 views. There's only another video that's very similar to that is a box opening video that's got over 1,000 views, and mine has only got 19, so there's no videos in between there. Tight, very, very tight envelope here. Oh, because it's still partially attached here. But yes, Eustis, Florida. It was, I guess, hand-canceled by somebody. What post office that was, I don't know. This one came with a note here. And it says, "Hi Henry, thanks for the nice postcard and recipe you sent. I had David sign the card for you and then added another one. David mountain bikes now that he isn't playing baseball. Enjoy the summer. Danielle Dornweird." So this is David Dornweird. Let's see if I can get this off of here. It's really stuck to the card here. This is a set that I've had for centuries. I want to say centuries, but for an awfully long time. And this is David Dornweird right here. Has kind of like that Zach Campbell look to him there. And it's D-O-R. It's like door and then knee, W-E-E-R-D. Unusual name there. And then I liked these because they had the pictures of them when they were in Little League on the back of it. So that's kind of neat there. My eye. So there's that one there. And then the bonus card was sent was this 91 draft pick. So very cool. That Stadium Club there. Very cool of that one there. Neat. Nice to have that one. I did not actually have that one. I have a bunch from this set here, and some of these kind of like, they used to call them the yearbook photos or whatever. Very cool to have those. There are just too many cards at the end of the day, and it's kind of affecting my other collections. Yesterday I had gone to the bin store and found some antique oak, I forget who made, not West clocks, maybe it was West clocks, but it was an old USA made clock, probably from the 20s or 30s or so, I don't really know. Some parts have been replaced on it, but otherwise, and I've saw a couple of people with exact same clocks in the exact same condition with pendulum replaced, and they wanted something like, $150 each on eBay, and I think what it was is somebody saw the 150 and just mirrored that. And then a third person had the clock in the worst condition with the face all destroyed, with rust damage to it, and he wanted 250. And I spent a whopping $7 on this clock, plus got a couple other things, another hat for my collection. So we got 3 patches in here. Some of these have old threading on here from whatever. That could be fixed or replaced, I don't know. And then trimmed off there. Sometimes all these hanging threads on here. And this was a used one. You can tell it's used if you look carefully at it. There's usually kind of a puckering or a dotted line here of some kind, and that's when the threads are. And people just usually get a couple of threads and just yank this right off. And so sometimes they get a little worse for the wear there. But this is the Scenic Trails of Michigan, so I did not have that one. I think I'm down to, my checklists were here a minute ago. I had just put the checklists together. I'll grab these very quickly here. And I'm something like, I don't remember, it's 300 missing or 500 missing. But again, it looks like I have a ton of them with all the black dots on there. And then there, the 2 different lists there. But again, there's 30 to 50 each, that are missing from all these columns here. And then there's, 20 to 20-something missing on each one of those. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's, a couple hundred, right there. And then, these are longer columns. So then 300, 400, I don't know, it's a lot. And some of those, on as you know, any collection, there are people and things you will not be able to get. Some of them were from the 70s, and those are super, super hard to find. Some of them only are on here based on their design, so they're kind of a standout amongst the other designs. So then the next one we have here is another Michigan one, the West Michigan Shores Council. So there's that one in very good condition. Again, I went with a dollar variety because there's some sort of, minor damage to them. But they're usually still very, very displayable. The worst condition patch here, it's got all kinds of threading and issues and crud on it. And I just pulled out a huge, giant, extra thread there. There's a red one there. This is a Merit Badge Campery, Sussex, wherever Sussex is. And then, let's see, and this is 75, so I don't know if that was the 75th anniversary or 1975. But this one I tried to buy because it was in the dollar section there, and I wasn't able to. eBay was not letting me buy it for some reason. They said it was there and it wasn't there, whatever. So and I was basing my order based on this patch alone, and then I finally just went and just grabbed it like I did, and there were no questions, concerns, anything. It was still there months and months and months later, so I was happy to get that one. This is the only one I think I saw on eBay. There might have been one for like 15, but this is the only one in that dollar variety. And you could really just get caught up in the dollar patches, seeing all these really neat ones, and then just buying things that you really don't need. It's like cards. You see a fancy card there, you have to have it. So, there's something that I could say and write up about each one of these things. It's really hard to write up, something about certain cards, most cards. The cards I just got, what do you say about David Dornweird? But you can, basically, say this is the Scenic Trails Council. It was started from here and went down to here, and it's currently doing this, and it's got, a roster of X amount of people and different troops, and it had branches up to here and here, and you can borrow that from, all the historical websites and what do you call it, Wikipedia stuff out there. So very cool to have those. And then I showed my binder shortly in one video here. One of the problems I'm having with my collection here is they keep falling out of the pages, and this is just a fraction of them here. Just a small fraction of the the collection here. And again, they don't cost very much, but for whatever reason, I'm loath to buy like $20, $30, $40 patches at a time. It's what I should be doing instead of this $1, $2, and $3, $4. But the reason why I made such a small order is because I did not know how the card show was going to go. Now that I know how the card show is gone, and I have a few extra dollars, when I say extra dollars, the money I didn't spend. It's not really extra dollars, but I want to get that done. And so I'll make another order here in the next few days here. And then I want to get all my autograph, I say all of them. I will probably only do 2 or 3 autograph requests with having another 15 or 20 to finish up here. But I want to get all the started ones more or less. This was going to Jim Wilkie. And I screwed that up because I forgot the South there, because it's South Harbor. And I forgot that. And then this needs to be covered up. I think that's all the postage I need on there. But I need to go and get some Forevers for sometimes the inside envelopes. And these envelopes don't fold up very well for the inside, so I got to find my smaller ones. And the other ones I have floating around here, these are a little bit on the big side here, but we might have to go and use those just to say that and this one will just fold up like so, and I think I'll just go ahead and use that one there. I am going to the post office tomorrow because I've got something somewhere else to be. Hopefully all that will work out fine. No, nothing, just my usual Wednesday type stuff there. But let's see what we have here. Pretty much, I'm just reviewing some video here, but anyway. But yeah, see, I just wanted to show you right here, just one of the many sellers here. I think I bought from these people. A lot of these scalp patch collectors are also baseball card dealers a lot of times. But look at all these wonderful $1 patches. This one's cool. Utah Mill Creek District. All these beautiful $1 patches here. Some of them are 75, then some of them get mixed in here. They say it's a Boy Scout Council patch there. It isn't, because it says GS badge emblem, so it's Girl Scouts. But they use the word Boy Scouts of America to get people to see that patch. That's basically what they do there. It's like any other category. They use these buzzwords to get people to, and that's why I see so many cards I wasn't even looking for. But they're just tricked in there somehow. But again, this is just one seller with lots of dollar patches of all kinds. It took somebody a lot of time and effort to get those, and I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of the video there. There's a quick little mail day there, and like I said, I'm working really hard on this, and so I want to try to get to this kind of, I can never get it finished up. I probably won't get it finished up for another 5 years or so, unless I just, just quit cards all the cold turkey and then just work on that. And it could happen. You never know what the future is going to bring, because I know people who've cut cards cold turkey, boom. Several YouTubers come to mind right now, but they have invested themselves into other projects and things. And so it's basically space constraints here, because I can get a crazy amount of patches stuffed into my binders once I get more pages. I have a few more pages left, and get those put away, and when I need to find some sort of method of keeping those patches from slipping out the tops of the pages there, or find some other page, but I don't want to have everything all kind of have to redo all my whole paging system there. So that will be for another video when I get those patches to come in. Any other autograph requests like this one that came in, David Dornweird. Again, I sent off some of these cards not knowing if they would ever come back, and I got a bonus one. So thank you for that, and thanks for watching.